what's up? This is Ivy and welcome to Ivy's Iced Tea, where drama isn't always usually fresh, but at least it's iced.
Oh, you stink!
Today we're doing a quarantine edition again, face-to-face, talking about stuff, and boy is there stuff to talk about today. What we're going to talk about is the drama between Tea Spill and Sebastian Williams. So these are two really big drama channels that do a lot of voiceovers. I know Sebastian Williams has been really open to doing like face-to-face stuff currently, and they got into a particular argument about both of their stories on Nikki Tutorials and how Nikki Tutorials didn't really like how Ellen treated her on the Ellen DeGeneres show. So with that, Sebastian Williams tweeted out the following: I don't mind people making up stories about the same topic, but Tea Spill covering the whole story I did yesterday, which she got from me and gave me zero credit, is disappointing to say the least. And he included some screenshots of where he thinks that the credit wasn't given or where she directly copied. Tea Spill then replied back with the following: what? I didn't use your video. I used a different video and translations. I should have linked your video since you brought it mainstream. And I will, but I didn't think much of it because people have been sending me links to this interview for a while now. And then she includes where she directly got the information from the show. She also replied, you also could have messaged me and let me know how you felt, and I would have happily edited it to add credit instead of bringing it to public. We've always had open communication on DM. With that, a lot of people were replying and commenting on this, saying it seems a lot more inappropriate to discuss in DMs. A lot of people were like, hey, you should have discussed this privately, or you should have just talked to her directly about this instead of bringing this into light, because it's just bringing more drama into the drama channel community. Also, here for the team, aka Sam, chimed in on it. She said she's been doing that since she started her channel. Not surprised at all. Tea Spill replied, really, Sam? Because when I started my channel, I fucked up and used receipts on John without credit. You've always shaded me on Twitter whenever you can. Sam replied, girl, bye. You stole an entire contemplations of mine and never credited me, which prompted me to reach out to you in the first place. Don't play. You mean my beauty guru rewind when I first started YouTube? That is literally a contemplation of clips. I apologize to you after and credited. I've been good with crediting people. IDK what you mean in your reply to Sebastian. A lot of people were replying with this, either with saying, yeah, I agree, or you guys should have kept this private. And there was a few that were actually trying to help Tea Spill and try to show Sebastian Williams that she didn't do this at all. They replied also, you can see it in these photos. The first is Sebastian's and the second is Tea Spill's. And you can see a clear difference between the two. Sebastian Williams' font that he used in order to translate the Dutch words is way bigger than what Tea Spill has blurred out in her video. But a lot of people were confused. They didn't know if the font size really mattered or if it was still the same thing. Tea Spill replied to this, yes, different video, because although they did an amazing job translating, captions were not clear, so I blurred it and wrote them on my own and thanked and credited the person who broke the story a month ago. So this story isn't relatively new. I just think it's new to the drama scene. Probably the video was already out, but nobody really watched it because, of course, a lot of the viewers that are in the drama community are either in US and only watch like US television, or some are in the UK, they only watch UK television, but they don't really watch Dutch television. So of course it's going to be harder to find those types of evidence. And I do agree with the majority of people. I feel like both of these channels are very, very well at not bringing drama into public, and just to see that they're like fighting with each other is just kind of like, oh, I think this whole fiasco just got a little bit out of hand. Sebastian Williams then replied literally an hour later that they had resolved it in DMs. She agreed to credit me and I promised to contact her in DMs if something happens before going public. Wow, mature. Oh, and we're still good. So they hashed it all out, even though it was just a minor discrepancy between both of them, and they were able to come to a good conclusion and not just like go back and forth at each other like some of the other drama channels are known to do. A lot of people praised them, saying, well, good, stay safe now, or influencers should take notes. And I do think that this is kind of like a learning thing for everybody to do. Like, we shouldn't be super immature. If you have a problem with somebody else, hash it out in private. Don't try to take petty jabs at somebody. And And that's pretty much it. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the drama between Dustin Daly, Nick Snyder, and Luscious Massacre. So what had happened is Luscious came out with a Twitter post saying that he had tested positive for the illness that's going on right now. Drama Parody basically combined all of the tweets together and said that Dustin Daly and Nick Snyder were kind of lashing out at Luscious Massacre. Around the time that Luscious Massacre had tweeted that out, Nick Snyder had also tweeted out, me thinks another influencer might be lying about test results. And then Dustin Daly had also tweeted, it was like the same time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't testing for the illness take 4 days for cultures to be done? And of course, we have seen a lot of people respond to it. One being an actual fan of Dustin, and the thread goes as follows. This is not it, come on. What? Asking a question? Stop with assumptions. Dustin, I followed you for years, and I know very well what you and Nick are asking questions about. Like, dude, I don't like him myself, but this is not okay. You can follow me for years, but aren't I the same person that tweeted the other day asking about groceries? And how about you ask T-Spill since I was asking because of some personal shit with her? You can fuck off with your assumption, Linda. Now you can fuck off. It's people like you that assume shit is about shit has nothing to do with I see you in thick of people's dramas. Now get the fuck off of my mentions. Of course that one was kind of weird to read. Wow, so much for 4 years of support, 8. Going against you once and you got off. First time I tell you this can be taken that way and you get like this, really not cool. I don't give two shits. You can eat me with an assumption and I clearly explained why you were wrong and then you proceeded with your bullshit. Fuck you. I didn't proceed anything. I told you that I've seen you guys done it before and that's why people can take this as a subtweet. And Dustin Daly put, I don't have to subtweet though. Give it a rest and leave me the fuck alone. Okay? It's not the first time that we see stuff like subtweeted, and so I don't really agree with the whole calling out a fan like that and just going off on them. I get it, these are hard times, but be cordial. It's kind of petty. And he then tweeted, for all of you dumbass court reporting motherfuckers, my tweet asking about the timeline didn't have a fucking thing to do with Luscious. If it did, I would have tagged her ass. Bastards always trying to put 2 and 2 together to get 5. Suck my dick. So, yet again, if it didn't have anything to do with it, just say, guys, misconception doesn't have anything to do with it, just move on. It's kind of vulgar to say that kind of stuff. It's understandable if he's stressed with personal things and he's just lashing out at this point. But he did reply with proof saying that his tweet was tweeted out the same time as the Luscious Massacre. So it's kind of impossible for him to know beforehand that that was happening. I know that Luscious Massacre is giving YouTube updates on to what is going on health-wise, everything that's happening overall. Another thing I wanted to cover was Adamrayokay and James Charles. So Adamrayokay is a person from TikTok. This TikTok star, he goes by he and him, got famous off of TikTok by doing like a persona, which is Rosa, and Rosa is basically like a hot Cheeto eating, eyelash wearing, clackety clack nails person that always asks for $1 for a slushie. I highly suggest that you check him out. Super good, super funny. I feel like he's totally relatable because of the fact that I've been to school with like hundreds of Rosas, so it's totally relatable. About a week ago, Rosa had said that he was going to do a collab with James Charles, and a lot of people didn't sit well with it. A lot of people had tweeted out. One person said, damn it, Rosa, you went to the wrong side. And a lot of people were giving a bunch of backlash. So much that James Charles had to tweet out, it's so funny opening my Twitter notifications and watching people quote my tweets saying rude things, desperately trying to get a viral tweet. These were all within 5 minutes, lol. I know we're all bored in quarantine, but damn, y'all need to find hobbies that make you feel validated because it's getting embarrassing. So I know that James Charles is a very controversial figure for a lot of people, so it's crazy to think that a lot of people like really didn't like it and were extremely vocal about it. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about drama between Adamrayokay and James Charles? Do you think that it was necessary for people to speak out on it because they didn't like it, or do you think that they should have just kept it in their drafts? Okay guys, that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.